Hi everybody, thanks for joining us for Northern Ag TV. Well, some big news as Governor Greg Gianforte has announced the next director of the Montana Department of Agriculture. Jillien Streit will take the helm after Christy Clark, the previous director, moved to Fish, Wildlife and Parks at the end of last year. Jillien and her husband Tyler farm near Chester on a fifth-generation operation, and in 2014 founded Strix Ag, a merchandiser of grains and pulse crops. Nicole Rolfe with the Montana Farm Bureau told me they are very excited to work with Jillien in her new role.
Montana Farm Bureau is very excited to welcome Jillien Streit as the new Director of Department of Agriculture. She is going to do a great job. She's been an active member of ours for many years, and through that process and getting to know her, we know she's a hard worker. She is dedicated and passionate about Montana agriculture. She is innovative. She has a great vision for ways that we can improve agriculture in this state, and look forward to working with her on all the great programs that this department takes care of.
Well, a bevy of confirmation hearings in the Senate last week. Past North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum was in front of the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee for his hearing to be the next Secretary of the Interior. A lot of discussion there about rolling back Biden-era regulations, unleashing American energy production, and the importance of multiple use. The Endangered Species Act also featured prominently, and Montana Senator Steve Daines asked Governor Burgum if he would work with him to delist the grizzly bear.
We should be celebrating when species come off the endangered species list, as opposed to fighting every way we can to try to keep them on that list, because, as you say, the complications. And the other thing you mentioned in your remarks is also the state. Having been a governor, I understand how dedicated the state fish and wildlife representatives are from Montana, from Wyoming, from North Dakota, South Dakota. I mean, all of the folks. I think there's a belief that when they come off of federal protection that they're unprotected. No, they're managed as they are all the other species in the state by the locals who've got the closest data. So yes, I pledge to work with you on this issue.
Burgum also pledged to work with states like Wyoming and North Dakota to undo resource management plans and take another look at sage-grouse management plans. And EPA Administrator nominee Lee Zeldin sat before the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee. He received a lot of questions on things like pesticide rules, renewable fuel standards, and waters of the U.S. And he told North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer that farmers and landowners still need clarity on WOTUS after the Supreme Court Sackett decision.
It is important that when you're going back to your home state and you're speaking to your farmers, that you are able to, with confidence, be able to explain to them that the federal government is doing our part so they can define what waters of the U.S. are without them having to go hire an attorney or someone else, pay a lot of money to ensure compliance.
One other confirmation hearing, Agriculture Secretary nominee Brooke Rollins will be before the Senate Ag Committee this Thursday, the 23rd. Last week, over 400 agriculture groups and businesses signed on to a letter supporting her nomination and urging a fast confirmation. Thanks for being with us here this morning. We'll be back with the markets right after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Talking with someone that you know is stressed out, those are difficult things to approach, but if you're good friends with those people, reach out and say, I'm here to talk to you. We can find somewhere to get some assistance. It's hard to get involved, but at the same time, you want to just say, hey, there is help available.
For more tips in dealing with stress in agriculture or for free counseling for egg producers, visit beyondtheweather.com.
Thanks for joining us back here for the markets. Cattle futures are trading at historic highs, but did back off of those highs at the end of last week. More of a mixed finish on Friday. Now with prices this high, there's opportunity for profit taking and volatility, and box beef prices may test consumer demand. But some good news, the market to Mexican imports not going to open this week like we were previously told, so that takes a little bit of bearish influence off the market. Cash-fed cattle trade continues at record high levels, up $1 to $2 on the average last week, with live deals $200 to $205, dressed $318 to $327. Strong buyer demand in Dickinson at Stockman's Livestock Exchange in a sale that consisted entirely of weaned calves. Light 5-weight steers averaged $378, top of $385, upper 5-weights averaging $343. 6 to 6.5 weight steers averaged $326, and the upper 6 weights range in $302 to $320. Little over 1,000 head going through the ring at the Newell Sheep Yard. 70-pound lambs range from $256 to $280. Heavier lambs under pressure with 90 to 105 pounders, $185 to $197. And corn and soybean futures did bounce back on Friday, while wheat traded steady to just a skosh higher. New crop Southern Hemisphere supplies have been undercutting U.S. wheat prices, along with the strength in the dollar. Export sales have been secured for U.S. wheat in the last week to both Thailand and Japan, but futures continue to hover just above their contract lows. March winter wheat ended last week at $548, spring wheat at $583. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Coulter Brown, Northern Ag Network.